Welcome back. 1 in 10 African Americans carries the trait for sickle cell. The James R. Clark Memorial Sickle Cell Foundation's purpose is to raise awareness about the blood disorder. Melodie Hunnicutt joins us this morning with information on how those of you watching at home can help with their mission. Thanks for being here this morning, Melodie.
Thank you for having me.
Wonderful to have you here. So before we get to next week's event, I really would like you to explain to people just how pervasive this disease is, and explain how painful it is for people inflicted with it.
Sure. About 100,000 Americans experience this disease. Here in South Carolina, we estimate about 4,500 of our citizens suffer from some form of sickle cell disease. There's a disproportionately higher percentage in the South, as you would imagine, since this disease predominantly affects African Americans. Since it's a blood disorder, it affects every organ and every organ system in the body.
Wow.
And one of the distinguishing characteristics is that the cells, the red blood cells, once they become sickle shaped instead of round, they tend to stick in veins and capillaries. And so there is a high level of ongoing pain associated with this disorder, as well as a higher level of infection and risk for certain other chronic diseases and conditions.
Okay, so if someone carries the trait, when do the side effects show up? When do you
well, you either have the trait or you have the disease.
Okay.
One of the two.
Okay. If
you have the trait, it cannot develop into the disease, but you do have potential to pass it on to your offspring.
All right. So obviously a main purpose of the foundation is to raise awareness. You guys also provide services.
We certainly do. We provide home-based nurse case management services where we serve over 300 South Carolina patients right now in the Midlands area primarily. Where our nurses go into their homes and assess their condition once a month. They monitor their treatment plan and make sure they're doing the best self-care that they can.
Okay.
We also do testing services, which are all free. All of our services are free.
That's incredible.
Yes, because what we want to do is to educate young people of reproductive age to let them know if they are a trait carrier, and if so, what the odds are they would pass the trait on to their child in a form with their partner that the child could have the disease.
I see. All right. So you guys are hosting your 4th annual charity roast, and there are some very familiar faces involved. Please explain.
Well, this year, for the first time, we actually have 2 roastees. So we're honoring 2 of our South Carolina legislators, Senator Mia McLeod and Representative Kirkland Finley.
Do they know what they're in for?
Well, yes. I think they have either been to or been a roaster at prior events. So they know what they're in for, but we always have a really wonderful time. I say it's one of the best parties in Columbia to come to. The food is wonderful at Brooklyn Baptist. It's a very relaxed, informal atmosphere, and we all have a lot of good laughs.
Very fun. And there are still tickets available, individual tickets, and then tables?
We have a few tables left. We also have some individual tickets left. But please call early, because this is always a packed house event.
Yeah, it sounds like it'll be a fun time. All right, Melodie Hunnicutt from the James R. Clark Memorial Sickle Cell Foundation. Thank you for being here with us this morning.
Thank you for having me. And show your heart. Call and buy some of the remaining seats.
I love that. All right, we'll put details at abccolumbia.com. We're back right after this.